while doing the press rounds for Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds, talked a little bit about the acquisition of Fox and Marvel Studios and Disney getting the rights to Deadpool. And he said he was sitting there and legitimately thought, this is it, I'm never seeing this character again. So once again, this comes at us from Ryan Reynolds, and he said that during that time that the purchase was being discussed and there was a lot of things happening behind the scenes, nobody talked to him, and legally they couldn't. I think most of you guys know this. Like, you couldn't have Bob Iger and Kevin Feige calling Ryan Reynolds being like, hey, once we acquire everything, we're definitely making another Deadpool film, because that's literally going against the all sorts of laws that are connected to the antitrust that they were investigating for well over a year before the acquisition was approved. So that, of course, is something that was just how it goes. You know, Charlie Cox has talked about this as well, how the whole Netflix thing prevented them from ever talking to him up until the rights were fully reverted after like 3 years. So same scenario. And he says that at one point he made peace with the idea that he's never going to play Deadpool again. He was just like, I guess that was my time. I'm not sure I'm ever going to get called back. And then once the acquisition was done, still, you had Bob Iger out there the first day being like, we're going to make more Deadpool, and we're going to do it somehow. I can't tell you yet, but it's going to be something you guys like, probably R-rated, because that's what our shareholders like. And even then, Ryan was still somewhat confused and lost. Now, I've seen some people say, well, why? He would automatically know. That's not entirely true. Do you guys remember a story from a couple years ago that I covered about how Tom Holland would log on to the internet and suddenly there's rumors that he's fired? There's a rumor that, oh, they're going to drop him from this because Sony's going to do this, or they're going to do that because this problem here. And he said it got so crazy for him that he started to believe it. He started to believe these false scoops because, oh, they're scoopers. They must know something I don't. It's a Hollywood trade. Or somebody reporting from a popular site that's being shared by a Twitter aggregate or something, and they would see it and start to panic. This is what happens. So Ryan, you know, he was probably out there and start seeing the reports after the acquisition, and here's, I don't know, whoever was scooping at the time going, yup, Deadpool 3 isn't happening because they're actually making a PG-13 Disney Plus series. That's right, MCU Cosmic and RPK and everybody else is saying they've heard the same thing. And suddenly, it gets picked up by everybody, and you got Ryan there online going, wow, I guess I'm not Deadpool anymore. Like, you know, I get it. It's what happens. That's the game of telephone. And unfortunately, in Scoopville, it quickly expands into territories where you don't think it's going to, and it starts to become fact when it's in fact fiction.